Hi there, my name's Hayley and I'm Sarah Davidson Accredited Divorce Coach. I completed the programme in May 2020. I originally signed up for the programme after experiencing Sarah's divorce retreat firsthand after my own relationship broke down. I realised during that weekend that I had a lot of the skills and knowledge necessary to make a great divorce coach, having trained as an NLP practitioner and lots of coaching experience within my career. The programme is so flexible. It enabled me to work around my work commitments as well as my childcare commitments at home. I love the fact that there was no pressure to complete the programme in a particular time and I could do it at my own pace. I utilised my commute to and from London originally to complete the modules and watching videos and making notes. But when in early 2020, COVID brought us all working from home into lockdown, I utilised the extra time I had to myself in evenings and weekends to complete the programme. I've now established my own coaching practice, which is something I've always wanted to do but never had the confidence to do. This programme, as well as the divorce retreat, brought those things together. So Heart to Heart with Hayley has now been born, and I regularly work with clients to help heal them on their own journey from heartbreak to happy. The trust that's put into you as a coach when somebody is at their most vulnerable is just so rewarding. It can be tough at times, but I truly get so much joy and satisfaction from seeing somebody make such a huge transformation in their life and make an impact on the difference to how they feel. I love the fact that we have a coaching community through a closed Facebook page with people from every different walk of life, background, experience, passions. We're all very different, but actually everybody is so incredibly supportive. Sarah generously provides additional webinars to help us support both our learning as well as the development of our businesses. And that's another great thing about this program. You're not just learning the techniques, strategies and exercises to help somebody process the emotions of being heartbroken, but actually that there's a whole module that focuses on building your business. So if you don't have that experience, then you've got support there too. I really think that this programme is very well formed and I have absolutely no regrets of signing up to do this. I really think that the opportunity I have to scale this business into something is incredibly exciting and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
This is Varsha Happy. She is a divorce and wellness coach. Her website is varshahappy.com and she is one of my breakup and divorce coach practitioners. Varsha did my program and she is now accredited and she has her business now up and running. So kindly she's joined me to talk a little bit about why she thought about doing the program. So Varsha, thank you. Why was it that you were interested to do the program? Because I know you hadn't done much coaching before, had you?
Thank you, Sarah, first of all, for inviting me for this chat. And I myself am divorced, like we talked earlier, and I struggle to find help with going through divorce. So I was looking for something to do with and I was coached a little bit before, but I was trying to find something to do with how I can support and help people. And I found something called divorce coaching, which was very popular in America. But I wanted somebody in UK, and that's when I found your name and I talked to you and I really related to you and we had some synergies there. So it was really valuable talking to you initially. So thank you.
Okay, well, that's great. And so then you moved on to do the program. And how did you find the actual content of the program and the way it's structured?
Sarah, I can't even tell you, I absolutely love the program because it's all online. I could do it in my own time because some days I'm very busy and some days I'm not. I could do it in the evening. I could do it in the weekends. And the good thing I liked about the whole thing is that there's a Facebook group where there's a lot of support there, where you sort of come and support us and ask us if is there any help we need or what are we struggling with, what our challenges are, and the coaches, the people who are going through the course as well as supporting each other in the course itself. So that's amazing. And obviously the webinars and the evenings where you say, come with your glass of wine and let's just talk, you know, just have a conversation. So that is amazing, the community. So
yeah,
thank you for that.
I think everybody that does this job has to be kind of warm and friendly, right? So it's a very supportive group. And I think the beauty of having some people on there that have been doing this for 2 years, so their businesses are up and running and they're being super successful with books and podcasts and things. And they're on there to give advice, as well as people that are just starting out. So as a newbie on the course, you really feel very well supported, which is great. And yeah, I like doing the Zoom video chats like this with everybody on screen. I think it's nice so that everyone can get to know each other. Because coaching can be a little bit isolating when you're working on your own. So that's a way to overcome that, but also gives you that hand holding throughout the program, right?
No, absolutely. I think when I started, like I said, that I hadn't done much coaching before. And then when I spoke to you, I just really felt I had the right support. And if I ever had any challenges and I messaged you, you'd straight away answer. So which was very amazing, because with other people, they just leave you alone to get on with stuff once they've given you an online program. With yours, it's very different. There's all the support you need, and it's always there, the support. So it's amazing. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So one of the things I'm very passionate about is that helping my coaches identify their niche, because obviously I want to help you grow your business to fit around you and your lifestyle and your personality and your past experiences and your skills that you bring to coaching. So tell us, I know you've got a very interesting niche. Tell us a little bit about your niche.
So my niche is the Asian women. So how I came about it is that there's a stigma attached to divorce in our Asian community. And I didn't want to coach men. So I think I talked to you about what I wanted to do. I wanted to sort of coach women only. And we talked about the Asian culture and everything. And then we targeted that, Asian community and the women would be my niche. And that would be a great niche for me to have. And absolutely, it's been wonderful, because I've had lots of clients after that. And because I understand the culture, they find me very supportive. I understand where they're coming from, and they know that I know the stigma attached to the divorce within the Asian community.
Yeah, and there is, and I think you bring that as an area of specialism, which, you know, I mean, I couldn't do, and a lot of the other coaches who aren't from that community can't do. So I think, you know, that's really great, because it puts you as the expert in that community, right? So now you've established your niche, and people are coming to you because they know you're the go-to person in that niche, which is great, and a great way to grow your business. So I'm glad you're doing so well.
No, absolutely, because now the Asian community know that there is somebody like me who is supporting them, and recognize that, there is support out there. Especially when I went to my divorce, there was no support in place. So thank you for all that. Absolutely.
No, you're welcome. And I think, you know, everyone has to find their own niche, because once you've found your niche, obviously you're very passionate about it and you've got a lot of experience in that area. So, yeah, it helps you get out of bed in the morning because you absolutely love your job and you want to go do it, right?
I absolutely love my job. If anybody asks me, they know that if Varsha is now talking to her clients, she's going to go overboard, which you need to keep those boundaries in place, not to go overboard. But they absolutely know that I would wake up any day at 5 in the morning if I had to support a client. You know, I'm very passionate about it. Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. I'm really pleased with you, Varsha. You're such a lovely coach. So, you know, why would you recommend this for other people that are thinking about it at the moment? Why would you recommend doing the course?
I would totally not even think twice about recommending your course, because one, like I said, that there is a support team in place. You've got the Facebook group, which there's always support from yourself and from other members there. You've got the webinars, and obviously if ever there's any challenges, you're always at the end of the line, or email where you will answer the questions very quickly. Which, unlike other courses, I've not had before. So everything is in place perfectly. So I would not think twice to recommend yourself to anybody.
Oh, thank you, Varsha. Well, thanks very much. This is Varsha Happy. She is an amazing coach, specialising, as you've just heard, in the Asian women community. So if you do need her help, then check out her website, varshahappy.com. And if you're interested in the programme, do click below for more information. Thank you, Varsha. Hi, Sarah. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Sarah Woodward, who is a breakup and divorce coach for women. Her website is sarah-woodward.com. So check out her business. Sarah trained with me. Gosh, how long ago was it now that you enrolled into the program?
I think it was June, July last year.
Okay, right. Okay, so about a year and a half ago, coming up, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so take us back to when you were thinking about doing it and where you were at that point.
So I was already a qualified coach, but had decided I wanted to coach women going through a divorce. And I was doing a bit of research online, and I just saw an advert for your Breakup and Divorce Coaching program, which just seemed like perfect timing, really. Had a chat with you about it and signed up straight away because it was just what I was looking for. I hadn't seen anything else around that actually did the same thing, so it was really unique, and yeah, just what I wanted.
So you were coaching, had you done some coaching before at that point?
I'd done my qualification but hadn't decided on my niche or got any clients at all, so this just came at the perfect time.
Okay, and why did you think breakup and divorce coaching would be a good niche for you?
I'd been through my own divorce about 15 years ago, and I'd really struggled to get over it. I'd been to counselling, which does have its place, but that kind of kept me stuck in the past. And then a friend went through a divorce a couple of years ago, and it just made me realise that there still wasn't any support out there for people other than counselling or just talking to their solicitors. There's nothing proactive to be able to help people move on with their lives, which is what the divorce coaching does.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wish I'd had access to it, don't you, when you were going through all of that?
It would have made such a difference to me. I would have been, I was stuck for a long time, and it would have really helped me.
Yeah. So you enrolled in the course, and how did you find the program?
I loved it, really loved it. It's, you do lots of videos, which are bite-sized chunks. That means you can, if you've only got half an hour, you can fit a session in, or if you want, you can just, blitz your way through it. So it's really flexible, and you can do it when it suits you. I loved the use of case studies that you did. That really brought it to life and showed how we could apply it to our clients. And then there's a rigorous, at the end, a case study, and you do your own client as well, which I absolutely love doing again. And it just pulled everything together after you'd been through the course, and actually helped my confidence and made me realise how much I'd learned as well. Yeah,
it's a great way when part of the coursework, isn't it, where you do a live coaching session, you find someone to coach, and do a live coaching session, and then it all comes together, and then you send it to me, and I'm working with you, giving you feedback to get you where you need to be. But I think that's great for me as well, because I get to see how much you've progressed and what you've learned, and then feed back to you and help you move through. So yeah, great. Okay, and then having done the course now, you're one of our accredited practitioners. You're an active part of our Facebook community. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think there's about 100 coaches in there now, which is great. So if you've got any issues, you can go in there and ask questions, support each other, and you run really regular webinars, which is great. So we can submit our questions for it, and just give us additional training, because you're always saying that you want us to be outstanding coaches rather than good coaches, and I think that makes a huge difference. So you don't just do the course and that's the end of it. It's continuing support in the community.
Yeah, they're great. I love those webinars because you actually get to see everyone, because everyone's on camera. So it's a great way to see the other coaches and meet them, and everyone gets to ask questions if they want, or talk about things that they want. So yeah, great.
It's so helpful.
And how has it helped you with your coaching business?
I think it's helped me niche down, and even though I was a qualified coach, I feel so much more confident because it's given me specific tools and techniques to use for people going through a breakup. So I feel like I've really got specific tools that can help them straight away. Literally from the first session, I can give them things that they can do to be able to help them move on with their lives. And I think without the divorce coaching, I definitely wouldn't have felt so confident with that.
Yeah, and that's something I felt when I first started out in coaching. And I think a lot of people who have some kind of coaching qualification are still unsure about, well, what do I actually say? And that's really how I hope that, I designed the program, so that I tell you, given these scenarios, this is what you say, this is what you do, this is the tips and the tools that you can use. So that when you're finished, you should really know exactly what to do and what to say. Yeah, so it helps bridge that gap and boost your confidence as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the beauty of having a niche as well. So perfect. So how's your coaching business going now?
It's really good, actually. It's starting to get lots more inquiries. It went quite quiet during lockdown, but now I think people are coming out of that a bit, definitely getting inquiries. And I mean, I absolutely love it. I just love having my sessions with the clients and seeing them be able to go away and have an action plan of things that they can do. We'll keep the actions quite small so they're not overwhelming, and they stack up on top of each other, so they can take lots of little steps that really help them move forward. But yeah, I love it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for taking the time today to join me. Do check out Sarah's website and check her out and contact her for any coaching you might need. Thanks a lot, Sarah. Hi, Amanda. This is Amanda Hale, everyone, and she has an Instagram page called Breakup to Breakthrough Coaching, and she is one of my Breakup and Divorce Coach practitioners. Amanda is accredited. She has done my program, and she's kindly joined me today to talk about her experience. So, Amanda, tell me, when you first saw my program, why was it that you were interested in it?
Well, I really was looking for something to become, essentially one of the first divorce and breakup coaches in the UK. I personally went through a really difficult divorce, and I always wished I'd had somebody to kind of handhold throughout the process. And so when I came across your course, I was so excited. It seemed to, offer everything I was looking for. We had a nice chat, and it seemed like such a achievable course, and it was accredited, and you could get this accreditation pretty quickly, and one could start working in a matter of months. So
yeah,
it was really exciting.
Because you went through your divorce, and was that one of your motivating factors to want to turn that into something positive to help other people?
Absolutely. That I think it was several years ago. It just, it was kind of a light bulb moment where I decided I want to do something good with my experience and help others through a pretty, roller coaster type experience, and really help lots of people.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's why I did it. So yeah, I think it's a really good reason, because coaching comes from the heart, doesn't it? It's more of a lifestyle than a career, really. You have to be passionate, and I know you are, which is why you're such an amazing coach. So tell me a little bit about how you found the actual program, because it's online, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think being online was not an issue at all. In fact, it gives you the freedom in a way to go at your own pace, which is brilliant. So in theory, you can get through the course pretty quickly, or you can take your time if you have things going on. There's a brilliant support system. There's a Facebook network that everyone can join, and you can chat with lots of other coaches or coaches to be, discuss all sorts of issues that may arise. And also, obviously, you give those webinars periodically, which are brilliant, which just kind of help solidify some of the concepts and the strategies. And I find it really helpful.
Yes. So. Yeah, I mean, we've got coaches in 5 different continents now, and I think that having that community, because coaching could be quite an isolating career, because we all work from home, and whilst we've got clients around the world, it's nice to have that community of like-minded people that can support you. You can share ideas. In the early days when you're trying to figure out your branding or your name, I know there were a couple of posts yesterday about that. And then also, you've got the experienced coaches who, like Claire, for example, who's got a brilliant podcast that's up there at the moment, and then Claire that's got her book that's published. So, they're all on there to give that advice as well as me, obviously. So, you just get a wealth of information from all different types of coaches around the world, which is, I think, really helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you find now that you've come through the program, you're accredited, you've got the accreditation, what do you feel now that that's given you?
Well, it's obviously given me the confidence to launch myself. Having the accreditation is brilliant, because I think there are quite a few coaches out there that don't have that benefit. And obviously we're all coached by you, so and you've had so much experience, so that's brilliant. And also we come out armed with so many amazing techniques and strategies to help all sorts of people in all sorts of situations, which is super.
And I remember back when you were doing the course in the early days, you said to me once, I'm quite quiet. I'm not as confident as you are, Sarah. So yeah, how have you adjusted? Because you didn't even have any coaching experience before, did you?
Yeah, that's true. I think it's just, it could be having that support network to bounce off of, and you can speak to some really amazing people, all different characters, and they, you know, if you're feeling a little bit fearful or whatever, you can contact one of these coaches that are already up and running and get some amazing feedback. So that's really been helpful.
Yeah. Brilliant. And you found your own niche as well, because you're using your own skills and personality type, which is something that I encourage very much during the program, to play to your own strengths and your own personality. And that's when you can really fly, which I know you're doing extremely well. So just to finish, Amanda, why would you recommend this course, and what would you say to someone that's thinking about doing it but isn't quite sure?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, it being online shouldn't deter you at all, because it's so brilliant. All the strategies and techniques that you learn, they're very achievable. You know, there are plenty of, I did some NLP training in the past, so I could identify where these various techniques come into play, but you don't need to have that background. It's very, very you know, approachable. You don't have all the jargon, but it's all seamlessly tied in, and so you end up learning so much, so many interesting and effective strategies.
Yeah, and I think one of the things people usually say that it's the applied knowledge. So what do you say to a client when they, for example, come to you with heartbreak or conflict, or so it's the specific issues broken down, and then exactly what to say. So not really the science, like the NLP that underlies it is highly effective, which is how we get those positive changes. So if you have studied that, you'll understand why it works. But what I give you in the program is what to say. So by the end of that program, you know exactly what to say when they show up, when your clients come in, because you've got all those tools. So but
it's definitely very straightforward, which is great. And I mean, it's all there in the videos and the manual for you, and it, you know, it's very methodical.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you. Thanks very much for your time. If anyone wants to check out Amanda's coaching, then do check out Breakup to Breakthrough Coaching on Instagram. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Hi, Polly. Really nice to see you today. I'm going to introduce you to Polly Bloom, who is a divorce and separation coach. She has been through my Breakup and Divorce Coach training program, and she is now an accredited Breakup and Divorce Coach practitioner. So thanks for joining me today, Polly.
Okay, Sarah, lovely to speak to you.
Yeah, it's really nice to see you in your lovely home there. I know there's a lot of people who are interested in doing the course and becoming a coach. Tell me a little bit about when you saw the program. Had you done any coaching before?
No, I hadn't actually. I'd worked in a school as a learning mentor, so I had dealt with children and their needs, and a lot of the time it was due to their parents breaking up and separating, divorcing. And so when the same thing happened to myself, after a mind-blowing divorce, I decided that I would love to give back and help other people to get through the trauma of it all.
Yeah, so you were looking to use your personal experience and turn that into something that could help other people.
Definitely, definitely. And I woke up one morning and it was like I had a light bulb moment and thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to do it, because I'd ummed and ahed. And then I did a little bit of research and I realised that it wasn't regulated, and I wanted to have some form of accreditation. And that's when I stumbled across you, Sarah. And I thought, this is just perfect, because it gave me a structure as to how to develop the coaching role to help others. I didn't want to go in blindly. I needed some, you know, a course to follow, which obviously I found good use.
How did you find it being online?
Oh, it's brilliant, because it meant it fitted in with my lifestyle. At the time, working, going to work every day, I could sit down in the evenings. Everything was very straightforward and easily accessible.
Great. And what do you think of our coaching communities? I know that we've got a Facebook group and there's so many of us on that now. So how did you find that, and how did that support you through your program and on since you've been accredited?
Oh, it's such an excellent community to belong to, because you don't feel so alone. Everyone is so friendly and supportive, and by going on the Facebook page, you can ask so many questions if you're stuck as to how to develop your business once you get going. So then there's some outstanding coaches on there that have started out and are now, you know, very successful.
Yeah. And what do you think about the webinars that we do? So quite regularly I'll jump on and do a webinar where it might be me talking, or it might be one of my business experts that's helped me grow my business. So how have you found those? Because I know you're always on those webinars.
I mean, they're so informative and friendly, and you glean so much information, and there may be something on there that you haven't thought about. So just by talking and listening to other people, it can direct you, so that you know at the end of that webinar exactly what you're going to be doing the next day to be proactive in your business.
And how did you find the program out? So obviously there's videos that you work through, and then there's a workbook as well, isn't there? How did you find that structure?
Oh, well, I found it all coincided really well. You know, you watch the videos of yourself, Sarah, and then you'd have the workbook in front of you. And then, you know, if you weren't sure about anything, you could go back and watch the video again. So that's the beauty of it. It's there in front of you. You don't have to panic thinking, oh, you know, how am I going to get through this? You can do it all in good time. Some people are very quick at completing the course. Others can take a bit longer, but that's the beauty of it. There's no pressure. There's no rush.
There's no deadline to get it done, no, because some people are working full time, right? And other people, you know, have got plenty of time and sit at home and power through it really quickly. So, yeah
definitely. Yeah, and I think like coming with lockdown, we haven't coming into a second lockdown. This is an ideal opportunity to you know, enroll on the practitioner course, because you know, you're gonna have a bit of time stuck indoors.
Yes, exactly. There are a lot of people powering through it at the moment. So what do you think the course has given you now that you're an accredited coach? What do you think it's given you?
I actually feel it's given me a new lease of life, actually. I find it's so rewarding helping other people when you've been through something yourself that has changed your life, to be able to show others that it's not the end, that their divorce does not define them, that there is an exciting future, so long as they are prepared to step outside of their comfort zone and try something new. And I love speaking and dealing with, you know, people, helping people, and the reward is so great.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. And it's lovely to see your business now up and running. I know that you've done some podcasts and that you've done writing some articles. So how is that going?
Yes, I mean, I've, you know, improving on my English back from my school days.
It's not something you've done before, is it? It's something that you're quite new to.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, I've actually, as I say, my job as a learning mentor, I had to write reports. But this is different, and actually trying to get across my point of view through writing, and to try and help other people is a brilliant platform.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to turn something that was such a difficult time into something now that can help other people.
As
Quite
you say, Sarah, flip it, flip the negative into a positive, and that's exactly what I've done.
Yeah, brilliant, good for you. And it's been lovely to see you do that actually as you've gone through the program. So, I mean, just finally, if there's someone out there who's watching this and is thinking, you know, I'd love to give it a go, but I'm not sure I've got what it takes, you know, can you offer any words of advice? Or
well, definitely, the only person that's stopping you is yourself. You know, if you don't try, you won't know. As long as you are an empathetic person, and you've got warmth and understanding, you'll fly, you'll go with it. It'll come natural to you.
yeah.
So I would advise anyone, don't stop now thinking about it. Make that step, take that step forward, and enroll.
Come join us in our coaching community.
Yes, yeah. Great to see you.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your time, Polly. It's really nice of you to join me, and thank you for what you said. This is Janet Henson from JH Divorce Coaching. She is one of my breakup and divorce coach practitioners. She is accredited and has done the training program. And Janet is kind enough to join me today to talk a little bit about the program. And Janet, maybe we can start by you telling us a little bit about why you thought about becoming a divorce coach.
Yeah, hi Sarah. So yeah, I first thought about becoming a divorce coach after I attended one of your breakup weekends, which was a big turning point in my life. And it just made me realise that if I would have loved something like that when I was going through the first part of my divorce, I didn't really find you until I was well into the process. And I really thought I could do this, I could help other people and really, really benefit from my experience, my story, be able to impart that to others. So that's really why I decided to retrain as a divorce coach. And I retrained obviously with you quite shortly after I'd been on your breakup weekend.
Yes, you came to my breakup recovery retreat, and it was just really nice because your story had obviously been quite tough going through that, but actually to be able to turn that into something positive that can help other people. How are you finding that now?
Yeah, I mean, because I think the biggest problem I had was actually the kind of the unknown bit about being divorced later in life. And I really learned through you to really embrace that actually it's a new start, it's a new future, and it shouldn't define you. And, you know, I'm a great believer in, you know, okay, divorce is the most traumatic experience that I've ever had, but it's turned it around in my life, and I'm probably the happiest I've ever been. So no regrets, no looking back, you know, he's history and I'm not, and I'm really, really enjoying, you know, being a divorce coach and having a new life. So yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah. So tell me a bit about how you found the program. So obviously it's online with videos and supported with the Facebook group.
Yeah, I mean, I really found the program really good because you can do it at your own pace. It's online, you can dip in and out when you want. You know, you don't have to do it within 2 weeks. You can take your time and do each module in your own pace. You can go back, revisit things. And up within the Facebook group, we have live Facebook sort of refreshers and training courses, which are ongoing. So I found that a great support.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have some of the more experienced coaches on there, and then the new people coming through can obviously learn from that and ask questions and get support from them as well as me. So yeah, it's actually worked really nicely because everyone's got their own niches and their own sort of paths that they're taking with their businesses. So it's nice to see what all the opportunities are out there, because there's so many different ways you can take this business depending on your own personal experience and interests. So yeah,
and I think that's a good thing because, you know, I found my niche was, you know, divorced in later in life and also with narcissistic abuse. So that was my niche that I developed, but there's other people that are going completely, you know, other directions and looking at maybe even, you know, just breakups even before a divorce or a marriage. So
yes,
yeah.
we've got a heartbreak coach, haven't we? And different people that deal with you know, breaking up in your 20s and 30s, which is a different market, but there's, you know, great need for all those different areas, which is why it's great to have that community to share the advice and the support, and also the international with coaches around the world. Actually, and I know you're a jet setter as well. It's great to have that sort of influence from different countries as well.
Yeah, because, you know, I also specialise in sort of divorces in not in your own country, with, you know, when you've got a whole different culture going on, which is a whole different ball game, and the laws are different. So yeah, I found that really good to now listen. You've got so many coaches there now from all over the world, so that's been really good.
Yeah, it's nice to have that international community, I think.
Hmm.
So for those people who are thinking about doing the course but aren't sure, yeah, maybe they haven't done any coaching before, like maybe you hadn't, I know. What would you say to them, and would you recommend this as a program for them?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to have any coaching at all. I certainly didn't have, but then that's part of your program, that's part of your training. So you easily take that on board. I would really recommend it. You know, if you have to be obviously really interested and want to help other people. And for me, it's a passion. And I do think it has to be a passion, because, you know, you are taking a lot of emotional baggage on board from other people. But I would highly, you know, if you feel that that's what you want to do and that's what you want to get from your divorce by imparting your experience to others in a positive way, then it's a great course to do. Yeah. And actually, you know, financially, it's if you look at what you get, value for money, it's really, really good value.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. And you know, it's great to be able to turn that traumatic experience into something positive. And like you said, you do have to be passionate about it, because coaching comes from the heart. It's not something you do from the head. It's, you know, it's more of a lifestyle than a job, if you like, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It has to come from the heart, because, and I think that's the good part about, I've been there, and I really do think, you know, you need to have been there and done that, because you understand, because you've walked that path, you've felt those feelings, and so you can really relate to the person. Yeah, which Brilliant. I found amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, it's been amazing to be part of that journey with you and see you. Obviously, you came to me as a client first, and now you've got your business, international business, as you travel around. Yeah. And it does take hard work to grow a business, but I think if you're committed and you're passionate, then it's something that you want to get out of bed and do every morning. Then that's a really positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't look at it from the point of view that I wanted to grow the business. You know, if I help one person, then I feel good. So it is quite, you know, it's a slow growth. You have to, like any business, you know, you have to gain trust. And I think trust is a big part of being a coach. The person that you're coaching has to feel empathy with you and trust. And to build that, it takes a while. And social media is a big part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for joining me today, and thanks for taking part. So that's Janet, JH Divorce Coaching. Check Janet out if you need her help.
Thank you.